In what ways does your media product use, develop or challenge forms and conventions of real media products? In my magazine, Party, I have used, developed and challenged some forms and conventions from other music magazines in today's industry, such as Q Magazine and Wheel of Pop. My masthead, for example, has been placed at the top of the page in a fairly large, bold font, which many magazines I have studied do in order for it to be eye-catching for the reader. When looking at this page, you can immediately notice that the masthead is the largest text on the page, as this is usually what the reader sees first. The colour of my masthead is in a navy blue in order to match and complement my chosen cover artist's outfit. The name Louise is matching the colour of her stylish hat. This challenges the normal colour conventions from other magazines, as in Q, for example. They use a vibrant red, whereas I have gone for the complete opposite in a more sinister colour. In the magazine Wheel of Pop, the audience will immediately know what music genre the magazine is suited for, and this is a specific convention that I followed by naming my publication Party. Instead of using an overlaid of fonts like on the front cover of Wheel of Pop, which they used over 3 different font types, I limited it to a maximum of 2. This is because I did not want my page to look too busy and instead make it appeal simple, but funky and consistent. My cover lines I did in a completely different font, so it is easy to distinguish. In many magazines, the cover star is usually presented so that you can see a majority of their outfit and their facial expression clearly, such as Wheel of Pop and Q. Because of this, I decided to create my image as a mid-shot, with the artist looking directly at the camera, like Frankie from the Saturdays, which creates an enigma for the reader and helps the artist engage with the reader. I have also created my cover lines so that they are conventional to other magazines by making the font stand out on the page. I have used a white, vivacious font colour in order for it to stand out against the dark background. In most magazines, the barcode is placed at either the top or the bottom of the page with the date, price and website next to it. However, in my magazine, I challenged this usual convention and created it so that the barcode was along the right-hand side of the page, with the date, price and web address underneath the masthead. On some other pop music magazines, they make the page look quite full and busy, such as on Wheel of Pop, with cover lines, stories, headings and images all over the page. On my magazine, however, I decided to limit the stuff I put on it and made sure it looked organised and well structured. On my contents page, I also wanted my masthead to be large, funky and eye-catching, so that it only stands out, but it is also clear for the audience to see what page it is. On this page, one convention that followed from other music magazines is the whole layout and structure of the page, such as having specific subheadings to separate each section. The headings I used can also be seen as conventional, such as features, on the cover and regulars, in order for it to be structured and easier for the reader to find a specific section quickly and efficiently. On the other hand, some magazines choose to add a small paragraph of text about a summary of each section and what it contains, but I chose not to do this, so my house style would remain ordered and simple. I also matched the page numbers so they were the same colour as the text, to continue my funky vibrant house style as shown on the front cover. I also did this by presenting the page on a lavender background, which is appropriate for the pop genre, which makes my publication look highly individual and unique, just like Q Magazine. When choosing my images, I made sure that they would be the main persuasive tool for my audience to go ahead and buy the magazine, as they come across as traditional pop artists. This is strongly shown through Notion magazine, of which I analysed, where the main conventional artist they used was Bruno Mars, which will definitely persuade their target market to buy the magazine, as he is well known all over the country. I positioned my images on one half of the page, with the text on the other half so it comes across as neat and tidy, and took my inspiration from Wheel of Pop's contents page without the editor's letter. My images are of the same girl for my front cover, but 2 different images. Another teenage girl, which relates to the pop genre really well, and a younger boy who represents the male pop singers within the music industry. The 2 teenage girls presented on this page are shown wearing pop-style clothing such as miniskirts and stylish cardigans, and the boy is presented wearing a stylish pop t-shirt with his hair gelled to connote he is cool and outgoing. The fonts I used on my contents page is different than on my front cover and comes across as being a lot more individualistic and distinctive to my magazine's overall house style. On my double-page spread, I again used many conventions found in other music magazines in the industry today, one of these being the placing of my main image, dedicating it to one whole page, the right-hand page. I decided to use this structure as in magazines such as Wheel of Pop has a whole page for the main artist, which shows that she is the main focus. I located 2 pull quotes on the main photo which states, "I want my lyrics to be moments in people's lives, and if I could go back in time, I would do things differently," so that the reader gets a trivial insight in what the article is about without giving too much information away. They may also want to read the rest of the interview, as they may feel like they can relate to the artist just by what the pull quotes reveal. The pull quotes also encourage the audience to read the full interview. I made sure that my colour scheme on this page is not drastically different from the other 2 pages, meaning that the house style is still consistent and appeals to teenagers with the colours being purple and black, as they are domineering colours. My masthead is done in capital letters to show its importance on the page, and is also in a purple colour like on the contents page, which goes with the whole genre of pop music really well. I decided to do an interview, as many pop magazines do this, such as Q, and I thought that it would be more alluring to my target market rather than an article. The questions are in a bolder black colour to the answers, so that it's easy to tell apart what is what, and in addition to this, I created a lead article as it introduces the audience to the artist, in case they are not familiar with them. I separated my text into 2 columns, as this makes the page look more structured and formal, and thereby makes it look neat and tidy, which other magazines do. At the end of my interview, I decided to make it conventional by advertising my artist's album, which is also shown in Wheel of Pop and Notion magazine. The image I used is a long shot and a mid shot in order to show different sides of her and make my double page spread more diverse and unique.